My name is Khalid. I was once a respected Quran teacher. I had memorized verses most people struggle to read. I was called a Hafiz, honored in my community, admired by elders and feared by students who looked up to me with wide eyes and open hearts. But everything changed the day a small boy asked me a question I couldn't ignore. A question that haunted me. A question that made me whisper, "Is this really from God?" A question that made me to read a verse that brought me to the Catholic Church, and I am a proud Catholic today. This is my story. And I invite you to watch till the end, because what I discovered not only cost me everything, but gave me something I never imagined possible. Peace, real peace. Please remember to like, share and comment on this video. And if this story moves you, subscribe to this channel and help us share the truth with the world. The pride of a young Quran teacher. Growing up, my world revolved around one thing: obedience. Obedience to my father, obedience to my religion, and most of all, obedience to Allah. From a young age, I was taught that questioning meant rebellion, and rebellion meant shame. Not just on me, but on my entire family. By the age of 12, I had memorized large portions of the Quran. People in the masjid praised me, called me blessed, and shook my hand like I was a leader in training. When I turned 19, I became a Quran teacher myself. I wore my white thobe like armor, reciting verses with the confidence of someone who never doubted. I believed I was on the straight path. But the truth, I'd never even looked beyond the surface. Let's talk about the verse that cracked my faith one day. During class, a young student named Bilal looked up at me, innocence in his voice, and asked, "Why does Allah allow men to beat their wives?" I froze. He was referring to Surah An-Nisa 4:34, a verse I'd recited hundreds of times, but never really faced. I gave him the usual answer. It's symbolic, just a light tap. It's about discipline, not harm. But that night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I read the verse again, and again, and again. I studied 3 translations. I read tafsirs, and they all said the same thing. The beating was real. The authority was absolute. The man had power, and the woman had submission. My hands trembled. My heart pounded. I whispered, "Is this really from God?" It felt like something toxic had been hiding inside a holy book. I tried to suppress my doubts, but days later another verse hit me like a lightning bolt. Surah At-Tawbah 9:29. "Fight those who do not believe in Allah until they pay the jizya with willing submission and feel themselves subdued." Was this divine justice, or conquest disguised as commandment? I thought about my Christian neighbors, people who had shown me nothing but kindness. Daniel, my childhood friend, once gave me his jacket when I was freezing. Were these the people I was supposed to subdue? My mouth recited the verse in class, but my soul couldn't explain it. That's when the mask began to crack. I started searching online, quietly, anonymously. I watched ex-Muslim testimonies and saw the same pain I felt. I wasn't alone. Then I saw a video titled, "Ex-Muslim Quran Teacher Shares His Story." The man looked like me, spoke like me, quoted the same verses. Then he said, "I didn't leave Islam because I hated God. I left because I wanted truth more than tradition." That sentence shattered me. That night, for the first time in my life, I prayed, not in Arabic, but in broken, trembling English, "God, if you are real, show yourself to me, even if it costs me everything." Days passed. I kept going through the motions, teaching children, leading prayers, but inside I was unraveling. One night, scrolling through a Catholic forum, I found a post that said, "Jesus doesn't want slaves, he wants sons." That broke me. I had always seen God as a distant master. We obeyed out of fear, not love. And paradise, it had to be earned. Relationship was never part of the deal. What if there was more? I opened the Bible online and read the Gospel of John. The words hit me like poetry mixed with thunder. "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh." I whispered, "God became flesh." I didn't even believe it yet, but I was weeping. That night I had a dream. A man in white, he said my name. "Khalid, I know you." I woke up crying. I couldn't tell anyone, not even my best friend. In my world, doubt wasn't weakness. It was possession, a jinn, a curse. But I knew better. My struggle wasn't with jinn. It was with the truth. My father once said, "You are the light of our name." When he found out I was reading the Bible, that light became a disgrace. He struck me, confiscated my phone, locked me in my room. Silence swallowed me, but inside I was already free. I dreamed again, a desert. A man like the sun gave me water. "Drink," he said. I woke up weeping. That morning I decided I couldn't live the lie anymore. I contacted a Catholic man. I escaped. I left barefoot with a backpack and a whispered prayer. At the safe house, a woman greeted me. "Welcome home, brother." And for the first time in my life, I felt safe. Life at the safe house was quiet. I read the Gospel of Luke every morning. I didn't understand everything, but one verse shattered me. Love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. I had been taught to hate, taught that others were cursed, but Jesus spoke of mercy. One evening, a priest sat with me. "Jesus isn't waiting for you to fix yourself. He just wants your heart." I didn't have fancy words. I just prayed, "Jesus, I believe, take my life." Something broke. Something healed. Weeks later, I was baptized into the Catholic Church. The holy water poured over my head. I felt warmth flood my chest as I rose. Someone whispered, "Your old life is buried, brother." I wasn't a Quran teacher anymore. I wasn't a prisoner of culture. I was a child of God. When I first came to Christ, I thought my journey was over, but I soon realized it had just begun. I started meeting others like me. Former imams, Quran memorizers, seekers from every background, hiding in fear, just like I had. Some were too scared to speak, others were still pretending, but all of them were hungry for truth. That's when I knew God didn't save me just for me. He saved me to be a light for those still in darkness. I began helping in RCIA groups, quietly at first. I'd sit with new converts, answer questions, listen to their stories. And every time I shared my testimony, someone whispered, "That's my story too." Now I spend my days reaching out to hidden believers, the ones behind locked doors, the ones praying in secret, the ones asking, "Is there more?" To them, and maybe to you, I say this: you're not alone. You're not crazy, and you don't have to stay silent. It's been 2 years now. My family disowned me. My mother said, "You are dead to us." I still dream of them. I miss the sound of my siblings laughing, but I don't miss the lie. Today, I help others like me. I help lead RCIA programs. I share testimonies. I tell the ones hiding in silence, "You're not alone. You're not crazy. You are not lost." They are the unseen, the forgotten. But God sees them, and He sees you too. If you're watching this and you feel a stirring in your heart, don't ignore it. Maybe you've been questioning. Maybe you've been afraid. Maybe you've been pretending for far too long. You're not alone. There's hope. There's truth. And there's a love that doesn't demand perfection, only surrender. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." And when I took that step, I lost everything. But I gained everything that matters. So I invite you not just to believe my story, but to ask for your own. Like this video if it spoke to you. Share it with someone who might need it. Comment below, we read every message, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so more stories like mine can reach the ones still in silence, because the truth will set you free, and real peace is waiting. My name is Khalid. I was a Quran teacher, but now I follow Jesus Christ in the Catholic Church, and I am not ashamed.